All right, hello. So today is the total eclipse, so we will not be meeting in person today. And so I just wanted to take a look at two short little problems that you can work on when you have time. Okay. And so both are going to be related to modeling gas absorption. So in the first case, we're told to use Henry's law. Use the Henry's law model in the simulator available to you to determine the concentration of oxygen mole percent in water at 25 degrees C and 35 degrees C. If the water is in equilibrium with air, compare the results obtained to those calculated using the Peng-Robinson and SRK equilibrium models with the BIPs available in the simulator databank. Use a pressure of 10 bar. All right, well, let's give this a try. So I have a new simulation open in terms of units, mole percents, temperatures in degrees C, and pressures in bar. So I'm going to go to my engineering units. Okay, I'm going to use common SI. So, see, we're just given mole percent. Yeah, okay, so we're just trying to get a mole percent. So I'll make some feed in terms of kilomoles. Temperature, degree C, pressure bar. Okay, that is okay. In terms of my components, um, so now in terms of components, right, we're told, air. Okay, all right, so we're going to have, some feed stream, which is air. But the thing is here, we're trying to look at the absorption of a component, oxygen. And so in terms of air, I don't want to use that air model. I'm going to actually want to explicitly model air. And so here I'll model it as just a mixture of nitrogen and oxygen. So I believe air is 78% nitrogen. So I'll just take it to be 78% nitrogen, 22% oxygen. I think really it's 21% oxygen and some other things, but we'll just keep it as such. Yeah, okay, so let's add oxygen, nitrogen, and then water. And click OK. Cool, so it's going to use Rail's law, and what I'll do is I'll set Henry's components, and I will select oxygen and nitrogen to model using Henry's law. Okay, and so that is good. So over here on the left, it's still stuck because I was doing reactors last. So let me go up to all unit ops. Okay, and let's see, if I have a flash drum, bam. Okay, so my flash drum, okay, I'll create two feed streams. I'll create some feed of water and some feed of air. Okay, I'll have two product streams. I'll have a vapor stream and a liquid stream. Okay, let me connect both of these. Okay, cool. All right, so we're not given anything in terms of flow rates. What we're trying to calculate is just mole frac, yeah, oxygen at equilibrium in water. Okay, and so I'll just specify something crazy, and actually we're at 25 degrees C and 10 bar. So 25 degrees C, 10 bar. Okay, I'm going to specify this in terms of mole fracs. So I'm going to say we have 100 kilomoles per hour of my airstream. Okay, and well, actually, let's make this water. Okay, so let's do 100 kilomoles per hour of pure water, and I'll bubble through that. Right, just so I'm thinking in terms of an absorption column. 25 degrees C and 10 bar. I'm going to send in 100 kilomoles per hour. Okay, and so this is, I want this in terms of mole fracs. I'm going to send in 100 kilomoles per hour of my air. Okay, and again, we're trying to solve for the equilibrium concentration of oxygen. So It doesn't necessarily matter what the flow rates of oxygen and air are. We'll have some large amount of oxygen present so that as much will absorb as we can at equilibrium. And so we'll make this 22% oxygen and 78% nitrogen. Okay, we'll flash it. Then in terms of my drum, okay, I'm just going to run at the inlet temperature and pressure. Both streams are at 25 degrees C and 10 bar. Okay, so if I do that and I run, okay, so this is just being modeled as an equilibrium unit. So stream 4 should be my liquid phase. Okay, it's primarily water. Let me get this in terms of mole fracs. Okay, it's primarily water. Okay, but I get some small amount of oxygen and nitrogen in solution. Okay, actually the temperature decreased. So inlet. So let me instead specify. I'm going to specify the temperature and pressure. Right, I'm going to keep this all at 25 degrees C and 10 bar. So my inlet stream's at 25 degrees C and 10 bar, and then this I'm going to fix to be at 25 degrees C and 10 bar. Okay, so doing so, again, my liquid phase is primarily pure water, but I have some small amount of oxygen and nitrogen that's been absorbed. Okay, and gas phase, right, is primarily oxygen and nitrogen, and then there's small amount of water that I've uptaken. Okay, and if I put this in terms of mole percent, okay, again, it's small percentage of water, and down here, that was a mole frac. If I put a mole percent, right, it's primarily water, some small amount of oxygen and nitrogen. Okay. Okay, so the amount of oxygen, right, that I have in water is really, really small. If I increase it to 35 degrees C, I should expect it to just decrease. Okay, because gas solubility is going to decrease as temperature increases. So right now it's 0.0047 mole percent. Okay, so if I make this 35, okay, and where I'm just specifying the temperature and pressure is we're looking for the solubility, right, at that temperature and pressure. So temperature increases at 35, right, the mole percent, right, is just decreased. Okay, cool. Now the problem statement says, okay, that's using Henry's law. Okay, let's try comparing to using SRK or Peng-Robinson. Okay, so I'm going to make this 25 again. Okay, and I'm going to run it just so I have my basis. So 0.00475 mole percent. And so what it suggests in terms of thermodynamics is instead of using Rayleigh law with Henry's constants, okay, and actually let me just even do something for comparison, right? I could just as well have said Henry's law, okay, and if I did Henry's law, okay, and run it, okay, it's the exact same thing, right? Before I just specified those two components as Henry's components. All right, so it said let's try SRK and Peng-Robinson. So here's first SRK. Okay, if I run it, right, it's actually a lot smaller, right? So mole percent's a whole lot smaller. And then if I were to change it to Peng-Robinson, where are you, Peng-Robinson? Peng-Robinson. Okay, even smaller, right? So you can use Peng-Robinson, you can use SRK, we can use Henry's law, and so to use Henry's law, we just looked at choosing Henry's law, or the default recommendation is SRK, or not SRK, is Rayleigh's law, and then you can choose oxygen and nitrogen as Henry's components. Okay, and so that's essentially problem one. Okay, then problem two, it wants us to play with CO2. Okay, and so what it's asking us to look at with CO2, and so one, I guess here, right, this is interesting because this is a, simple calculate the solubility of some non-condensable gas in solution, right? We can just do that with the flash drum. Problem two, what we're trying to play with here is it's a little interesting because it's when I have CO2 absorption into water, right, I actually have protonation reaction with CO2, a protonation deprotonation reaction, right? So it really this is more like a chem absorption problem, and so I should use an electrolyte model to model that equilibrium. Okay, so let's do this, and so I'm just going to do this all at once. And so I'm going to select my components because here we're just looking at CO2. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to change, I'm going to delete air, oxygen, and nitrogen, and we're going to make that CO2. Okay, and for my thermodynamic settings, initially I'm just going to make it Henry's law, okay, which again would have been the same as Rayoult's law and choosing CO2 as a Henry's component. Okay, so when I run it, right, essentially it's pure water, no carbon dioxide. Okay, okay. Oh, because I think I need to redefine this. This stream is 100 kilomoles per hour of pure water. This is 100 kilomoles per hour of pure carbon dioxide. Okay. Okay, good. 10, 10, and then 10. Okay. So now I run it. Okay. Still, it's about 99.4% water, so small percentage of CO2. Okay. All right, and that's at 25 degrees C and 10 bar. Okay, cool. Next it says let's try and use an electrolyte model and see what the effect is. Okay, so right now I'm at about 0.6 mole percent, and so again, when I'm talking about Henry's law, I have an equilibrium between the neutral form of CO2 in the gas phase and neutral form of CO2 in the liquid phase. So what should happen is when I add an electrolyte model and I introduce an equilibrium between that neutral form and protonated and deprotonated forms of that species, is that should further drive more of that neutral species into solution, right? Because as that neutral in liquids being protonated or deprotonated, right, it's consuming some of that neutral species, right? So it's decreasing that concentration of the neutral species, which would drive more into solution. And so to get that under thermophysical, I'll initialize an electrolyte model. Okay, and I'll identify all of those ionized forms of my species. Okay, cool. It's going to recommend this E-NRTL equation of state. Great. Okay, and so it said, I forgot to point out three reactions. So first, this is CO2 and water, equilibrium between hydronium ion, and then this is carboxylate ion. Okay. So then we have dissociation of water, and then finally that carboxylate ion, the opposite reaction. So now it's forming a hydronium plus CO3 minus. I guess I should write these all out on paper, but we'll just keep it as is. So now if I run it, okay, so right now 0.6, okay, increases slightly from 0.599 to 0.6. Okay, so it makes a small difference, right? It increases the solubility of CO2. Okay. Cool. All right, next it says since we're using a pressure of 10 bar, you can use the Peng-Robinson equation of state for the vapor phase. Does the solubility increase, decrease, or remain the same? Okay, well, let's see. So what it's suggesting is under thermodynamics, is right now it's using NRTL. Okay, well, okay, so NRTL, and if I were to select, I thought we were using Henry's, but I think that switched with the NRTL model. Okay. So if I run, yeah, it's that 0.6 still. So question was, well, what if I change to using Peng-Robinson? Let's start by correcting for vapor phase non-idealities with Peng-Robinson. Okay. And if I do that, Okay, the warning's coming up that they're missing NRTL bips, and that's fine. So if I count for liquid phase non-idealities, liquid phase decreases a little. And so then if I keep going, if I wanted to try and use SRK for my, or Peng-Robinson, say, for my global phase model, right, I can use it for everything with my and actually are my electrolytes, yeah, electrolyte model still on. So run it again, okay, doesn't really change, okay. So using Peng-Robinson, yeah, actually decreases solubility a little bit. Using the electrolyte model, increases it a little bit. If we were to decrease the pressure, well, you'd expect the solubility to decrease as well. Okay, so play around with this, right? It's kind of fun just using a flash drum to determine gas solubilities and to get an idea for what those values might be at equilibrium. So have a good day. We'll see you later.